Alright. Hello. Let me tap up, click up. Alright. Should be good to go from here, I think. My music might be too loud. Alright. Early season tier list. First time doing one of these, so that should be fun. I haven't really thought too much about where I might place things, as much as I would maybe like a towards the end of the season stream. And of course, there's plenty of stuff I haven't started either. Yeah, I guess I may as well just get into it from here. So starting off, we got Rising the Shield Hero, Season 3. Definitely better than Season 2 so far. Definitely helps that they don't have to deal with giant CGI turtle. But I would say, it's tough. I would say maybe like a low B, high C. It's tough to say. We'll go B for right now. I think that's fair. But I've been enjoying it, like, enough. It's definitely better than Season 2 in most aspects so far. It'll be interesting to see how it continues. So we have, like, a pretty, like, miniature arc to start. And so it's difficult to... Yeah, it's the thing with the, like, these. It's difficult to see how it's going to develop from here. But it's been enjoyable. So I guess that's what a lot of these tiers are going to have to be based on for the most part, is some of the enjoyability, if it hasn't already displayed anything else that is important to me. But yeah, I mean, it's been fine. OP animation is obviously great. I would say it's definitely improved in terms of general episode animation as well. But we'll see if it can keep that up. Potentially. But next up, we got Goblin Slayer Season 2. I'll probably put this in a C right now. The art style changes maybe like a little off-putting sometimes. It depends on the character mainly. Like Farm Girl, I think, probably got the worst of it. But what I do appreciate is that Goblin Slayer is in 2D now for every scene instead of being 2D sometimes and 3D usually when he's moving. But there's not like a giant noticeable difference. You know, like every time, like you might cut away and you notice he's 3D moving around and then he cuts back to 2D. I'm glad we don't have that anymore. White Fox moving on to bigger things, well, hopefully better with ReZero Season 3. But now it's Linden Films that took over this season. They produce a whole bunch of shit. Yeah, the lizard dude looks a little goofy. Him and Farm Girl did not come out of that art style change unhurt. But he looks like so less menacing now. Like his eyes aren't like... They're very like wide open most of the time, is what I've noticed. But it's been fine. I feel like it's actually done a better job at like any other part of Goblin Slayer, like characterizing, you know, Goblin Slayer himself. So it'll be interesting to see if we can get more of that throughout the season. But it's been fun. We'll see how it progresses from here. Just ended on a cliffhanger last episode, so looking forward to the next one. Next up, we have the Piggy Isekai. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's like so odd is the best way I can put it. It's not, I don't even know if I'd call it like an enjoyable odd. It's very goofy to watch and I can laugh at it, but like, I don't know if I'd call it like an enjoyable bad. It's just really dumb. I've watched a pig breakdance 2 episodes in a row now, and so it's very difficult to get a gauge on how I actually feel about this. I don't know. it's been something else. I really don't have much to say about it. I mean, other than the fact that I don't know if I want to call it like a typical isekai, but it's really not. But not in a good way. Like, I prefer a typical isekai with just a dude as a pig over what we're getting right now. But who knows? Maybe somehow throughout the season it'll become like the peak of fiction or something like that. I doubt it, but you never know. Rurouni Kenshin continues into this season. However, I haven't started this core yet, so I'm a little behind, like 3 episodes, I want to say. Maybe more. I can't remember. But, I am behind on it, so I can't really say anything. I had it in the previous one, it was in, like, the high C. But right now, I can't say for sure where I'd put it, because I haven't started new core. I guess I could just put it in C based on last season. That's probably fair enough, honestly. I doubt my opinion of it would have changed dramatically in, you know, 3 episodes. Well, I guess it could, but you never know. Speaking of not started, Faraway Paladin Season 2. I have not started yet. I'm not like in a big rush. Oh, I probably should be in a rush so I don't get behind, but... Or too far behind. I wasn't, like, huge on Season 1. I enjoyed it enough, I guess, to not hate myself watching it. It just felt very mediocre to me. Maybe Season 2 will change that. Because it feels like it might focus more on, like, one specific arc or something like that. Whereas I felt Season 1 was maybe a little more all over the place. And didn't really... It kind of, like, lacked flow. Yeah, the Piggy Isekai is, it's only, like, saving grace is the... is Matsuoka voicing the pig. Makes it, like, lightly funnier, because he's just a really good voice actor, so he can sell the stupidest shit. But there are things that are stupid that not even he can sell. Yes, pig mid. Probably much worse than mid, actually, probably. But, I mean, yeah, it's a show of all time, for sure. Like, it'll be done, and then I'm probably never gonna see anything about it. I swear to God, if it gets to Season 2. Probably not. I doubt it. I can't imagine too many people are unironically watching this. But who knows. I don't want to talk shit on it, because you never know where it might go. It might be good in the end. I doubt it, but... next up, Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. I mean, yeah, it's... Mappa is putting their animators... Okay, Jay. If you're the Jay that I think you are, then I hate you. Anyway. Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 has been good so far, obviously, and it is, despite what Mappa is putting their workers through, they're getting it done one way or another, and so it's just definitely been a treat to watch. The simplified character designs have allowed a far more like artistic freedom and for them to do other things throughout the season. With the fights. The most recent episode especially, like, you wouldn't have gotten that level of artistry without the art style change. But I guess it's probably all. I already talked, you know, mostly about Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 in the last one, because obviously it's continuing from last season. So I'll probably just move on to, which way was writing about. Yeah, Frieren, she's going through it. We can talk about that later, though, when we get to Frieren. Next up, also something continuing from last season is Helk. I would say probably also just put this in the C right now. It's definitely getting more interesting. Like, we're learning a lot more about the world and the characters. But it's probably too early for me to say anything to move it up or not. Helk has been an enjoyable watch. It's not, like, great production quality by any means, but... It's been... Yeah, there's a lot of backstory going on at this current point in time. An episode behind, I think? But, I mean, it's a lot of important stuff we're learning. Didn't watch Elk, skipped. I mean, it's not like the end of the world type of thing. Fuck, damn it. Okay, well. Hopefully I didn't come to the mic too much. That's why you don't sit things that are metallic on... areas I need to move things every now and then. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I don't have too much to say. Like I said, last season was a big thing where I talked about Hulk mostly. So, the last stream is the one you want to go to if you want to see more thoughts on Hulk. But right now, I don't have too much to say about anything. Ragna Crimson, I would put that in like a low C. I'm not too big on it. I know some people are really liking it, but for me, it's just kind of like, it's just edge. Like I'm not particularly invested in what's happening. Episode 1 felt like a million years long. It really didn't need to be like 48 minutes, I don't think. Which is fine, but I don't know. I'm just not like too invested in what's going on right now. The dragons are like all CGI, which like we've seen a lot of good dragons this season. And so when the show about dragons has the worst dragons, it's like, yikes. It's, maybe it'll get better as it goes on. Like, we're only just now starting to get into the dynamic of the two main characters. But I can't say I'm particularly too interested. It just seems like power fantasy, at least for right now. Like, it very well could be something else. But for right now, it's more like power fantasy goofiness. Though maybe their dynamic between the two main characters will like change it from more of something generic into something worth watching. Is it less edgy in the manga? Interested. I can't imagine it being less edgy, but maybe it doesn't linger as much on certain things. I don't know. I'm not interested in really reading it, so we'll see how things continue. Next up, we have Undead Unluck. I actually really been enjoying the show. More than I think I thought I would. I thought maybe it'd, like, at best be like a B. People were saying, like, oh, the beginning's, like, got a really bunch of weird fan service and stuff, which, like, hurts it. And it's like, yeah, there's been, like, fan servicey things, but it's not, like, the worst thing in the world. It's goofy, but it's also not, like, that off-putting. It's just, I don't know, it's like a very anime level of fan service, and it doesn't get in the way particularly, like, it'll be there and gone, if at all. It's not like a Fire Force thing where, like, actually, like, just completely gets in the way. It would be an interesting, I could definitely see it as an issue. I'm completely fine with it not being that. I probably prefer it not do that, actually. Maybe something like it, as an ecchi would make sense, given the premise and the main character. But I'm fine with it as it is. David Productions obviously doing a very good job at adapting it. Or at least, at the very least, even if it's not, granted, I've seen a lot of praise around the adaptation, but they're doing a very good job animating it at worst. Every episode has been very consistent. There hasn't been, like, a giant, like, pop-off moment, I would say. But that's fine, because it's just, like, consistently really good. And so, I'm completely fine with that. They'll probably pop off at some point. It's, like, one episode away from blowing up, I feel like. Like, one big, yeah. Next up, we have Disgraceful Noble. This show is, like, it's very comfortable to watch, but that's about all I have to say about it. It's actually a stream. We're not waiting 3 or 4 months for sure. Yeah, I know. I'm going to start streaming more often. So every season we'll have 3 of these streams. We'll have the too early, we'll have the mid stream, and then we're going to have the end stream. But I'm also going to throw some more game streams in the middle of that, probably. So that should be fun. I don't know exactly how often they'll be, but I think I'm definitely looking to do it more often. I could try for, like, at worst once a week, maybe. Probably depends on how fun I'm having, or how much fun I'm having streaming. Disgraceful Noble should be B. I'm enjoying it. We'll see how it, like, goes from here. It's like, it's just a fluff show to me right now, and I'm enjoying it. It's like, the character dynamics are fine. It's probably too early for me to put it at a B right now, but I can respect, like, the B to C territory, like a low B. We'll see where it goes from here. I can definitely see it getting a lot better. as we get, like, more into, you know, like, those characters and stuff like that. Yeah, I wasn't watching it at first, but I'm like, yeah, fuck it. I added something. There's a lot of shit I'm watching this season. There's so much good stuff this season. It's so rough because I was already watching a shit ton of things, and then I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm adding more because I really want to check these out because people are praising them a lot. Yeah, Frieren is easily an S tier. Like, the first 4 episodes alone, or like the premiere, or what, you know, whatever you want to classify that as, technically 4, I guess. But Frieren definitely an S. It's just been, I mean, the animation has been fantastic so far. The characters, everything is just completely just great with it. RE1 Fantasy, and you're shook. Yeah, I feel like this is done. Like, I mean, Mushoku had its, like, weakest season, in my opinion, with the last one. And so Frieren coming out swinging with, like, this level of everything is just so good. Yeah, the expressions are great, especially, like, Fern. And then Frieren's had some good ones. Stark as well, he like, just got here. The last episode was very, very interesting. And so I'm very excited for the next one. Really enjoyed your recent video on Frieren. Thank you. It means a lot to hear that, considering how fucking hard it was to get that video out. Like, 78 attempts to get that video on YouTube, and in the end, I just had to give up and just dim it really hard. Check out a solid season of like season 1. Yeah, there's no Shangri-La Frontier. Yeah, I thought about watching Shangri-La Frontier, but I'm just watching so much shit, so it just didn't make it onto the watch list for this season. I've heard a lot of people are really enjoying it, though. Yeah, 78 attempts. It was rough. It was extremely rough. It was not a good time. Not a good time at all. Like, it took, my Oshinoko video took 20 attempts to get up. And so I thought it'd maybe, at worst, be around there if it was giving me difficulties, but it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. But next up, I haven't started Girlfriend Season 2. I can't imagine it would be any higher than, like, a C at best. Oshinoko video is how I found you. Yeah. It was second biggest video. A lot of people tend to, it's usually from my big 3 videos, with Onimai, Danmachi, and Oshinoko, when people are hanging around. Girlfriend and C. I haven't started the season. I would imagine probably C. Shangri-La Frontier is what Sword Online was supposed to be. Yeah. It's, MMORPG stuff. I don't know. I mean, definitely doesn't follow I would assume it doesn't follow the story of SAO. Someone probably wouldn't be too happy about that over the copyright areas. Yeah. I mean, I would say Girlfriend is probably at best to see. Even, like, just going back to season 1, it was enjoyable enough. It's goofy and dumb. I really hate the blonde girl, I can't lie. And so she hurts the show a bit for me. But maybe she'll get better one day. I doubt it. I seriously doubt it, but who knows. Next up, this is Arknights, I'm pretty sure. I would probably put this in a B so far. I will give Arknights this. It definitely always is very good with, like, facial expression, animation quality, all that stuff. Watching, like, 28. Yeah, I'm watching a shit ton as well. I think it's, like, 24 on here. And I mean, I hope I didn't forget anything. I shouldn't have. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot. I already had a bunch, and I'm like, oh fuck, things are carrying over from last season. And there's going to be a bunch of stuff from this season that carries over into the next, which is fine, because it doesn't look like January is going to be, like, insane. There's definitely things I'm looking forward to in January, but nothing that's, like, world-breaking. But Arknights, I've been enjoying it. Like, I don't play the game at all, so it's, like, I'm not, you know, I don't know how well it's adapting the game story. I'm assuming well enough, but it's been enjoyable. I think so far I've probably enjoyed this season a bit more than I did last, so far at least. So 11 Darren, yeah, it should be interesting. Same with Class of the Elite. I need to read. Are you watching Pluto at 3 tonight? I don't think I'll be watching Pluto. Are they releasing it, like, on a weekly basis, or are they just dropping that shit all at once? Because I'm definitely not watching it if they drop it all at once. I'll consider it if it's a weekly thing. Because I know all the episodes are supposed to be like an hour long, which is a commitment to say the least. Yeah, that fucking Netflix, dude. I hate Netflix so fucking much. If it wasn't all at once, I would yeah, I would consider it. I'll think about it, but yeah, it's gonna be 8 hours. That's I'm practically watching two core anime at that point, and I'm already having enough difficulty binging as is. So it's yeah, if I'm gonna get out of my funk, I don't think it'll be an 8 hour experience that would get me out of that. Yeah, I read a little bit of the solo leveling manhwa, but it was just difficult for me to get into at the time because you know I've seen enough isekai, enough of these like game style, just series in general, and so I couldn't get into it very easily. But yeah, Arknight's good. Hopefully his season continues. There's an episode I'm behind on, I'm pretty sure, but so Eminence, I would put it's either like a high C or like a low B for me, just because I'll put this in B right now. I've been enjoying. I think a lot of people got annoyed at like the moon is red bullshit. I thought that was honestly probably the funniest joke they've had so far. It's just him being a complete dumbass and getting all around. Eminence is it's like I don't know how. It's not like something I know a lot of people love it, and I get why people love it. It's just not my type of show. Even if I do find it, like, enjoyable enough to watch. What I do find... Well, like, one of the most recent, like, little conflict was very interesting to see someone, like, actually give people in Shadow Garden, like, a run for their money. Not even, like, a run. They were kicking their ass. And so, that definitely made things a bit more interesting. Of course, Sid's still broken as fuck. I feel like the day Eminence becomes more interesting to me would be when Sid starts to have trouble, but I don't know if that would already... I don't know if that would happen. I kind of... Maybe, like, later down the line, but... Like, more than Undead Unluck. I mean, I guess, like, it depends on the... It's not the show for me. I can understand it, like, on, like, a personal level, but... I've been enjoying Undead Unluck a bit. Next up we have Apothecary Diaries. It's like literally just started and dropped all three episodes at once. Which I guess just cause, I really don't know why they dropped all of them at once, to be honest. But we did get 3 episodes at once, and I enjoyed it a lot. It's difficult to say where I put it right now. Probably like a high B, is what I would say. Just because we, like, literally just started. It's definitely, 1 hour pilot up. It might have just been, like, yeah, they dropped all 3, like, back to back to back. I don't know, it didn't feel as much as, like how Frieren and Oshinoko, they had, like, big, long premieres that all melded into, well, Oshinoko was just straight up a film, basically, but Frieren's 4 episodes definitely felt like a good prologue. This kind of felt like, it definitely was a fine prologue, and kind of made you understand what was going to happen, or like what the series is going to be about, and I think that's the important thing. The arc's pretty long, way better than Ghoul Arc of Eminence. Yeah, I mean, I've been enjoying Apothecary Diaries, from what we've seen so far, anyway. The opening's pretty nice, I like the opening a lot. John Smith arc. Yeah, I saw a key visual update. Oh, fucking John Smith, dude. Okay. She chose most generic name ever. Very Sid-like. Dr. Stone, I haven't started the second part just yet. I've read the manga, so I'm not, like, in a big rush to go, watch this before I catch up on other things. But, I mean, I like Dr. Stone. Dr. Stone is Dr. Stone, and it'll always be Dr. Stone. It's just an enjoyable experience. But I haven't started this season just yet. Yeah, Eminence name. I gotta respect it. Naming characters sucks ass. Like, it's just not an easy thing to do ever. And so, just giving up, like, or not even giving up, just using your stupid premise to its advantage. Just the sheer stupidity of, like, everything going on, and just naming people John Smith and perv asshat is just quite something. It's a very intelligent tactic. Next up, 16-bit Sensation is a it's a bit of a weird one. I would put this in like the lowest C. I don't really know what to think about it. The main character is very annoying, is what I do know about it. However, it's like interesting, and I think I like generally enjoy the aesthetic of it and some of what it's doing with like the, yeah, I don't know. It definitely has D tier potential by the end of the season. For right now, I'll put it in a low C. Just because I feel like it's difficult to... I definitely would not put it on par with the Piggy Isekai. But it's just not... It's not drawing me in. The main character is annoying as shit. Like, I actually hate her so much. Aoi Koga is... She's taken a comedy voice and using it as a regular voice, and it's not really working. Yeah, like... I can see... If every now and then the voice was used, it's like, alright, whatever. But... just having her be high-pitched, like, Kaguya embarrassed thing, like, as a default, is just not, it's not it. I guess it's like, it's the type of character they're trying to portray, but I don't know. I know the source material is a lot different, like, these two characters here, like, don't exist or some shit, which is interesting. I don't know, but it's interesting seeing some of, like, the, you know, older game development stuff. But it's not like, it hasn't been enough to impress me. So next up we have Shy. I'll put Shy in like a B tier right now. I've been enjoying it. We'll see how things go from here. It's not like world breaking for me or anything. I think probably episode 2 is the best episode so far, I would say. It definitely gets more into, like, the psyche of, like, someone actually, like, on the hero job, as opposed to, like, a My Hero situation where they're very... It takes a very long time for them to actually, like, be in the hero situation, where, you know, we actually get it from the start here. But we'll see how things continue. I think it's split core, I want to say. But I don't know for... I'm pretty sure I saw something about it being split core. So... we'll see how things continue throughout the season and then into the next core whenever that happens. Assumedly, spring, probably, 2024. If we're just going based on normal split core things. Next up we have Telepath. Or Stardust Telepath. I'll probably put this like a high C, B tier potential. I think it's been an enjoyable watch so far. Production quality is pretty decent, nothing insane. It does a lot of things that I like, but it's also like, I wouldn't say it's not at B yet for me. But it's been an enjoyable watch so far. I have no complaints about it, certainly. Right now, we're in probably something that could push it to B. Yeah, Komi can't communicate, except she can communicate a little bit at least. Especially in like the last episode, she's fighting her feet a lot more, I guess. I don't have too much to say about it. 2.0, yeah. Next up we have Tokyo Avengers. I don't know, I have my opinions on Tokyo Revengers. It's difficult to like properly rank Tokyo Revengers without like thinking about the manga and how much I hate it. Yeah, I mean, it's like, fucking, definitely better than the Piggy Isekai, but I'm just done with Tokyo. I've been done with Tokyo Revengers. I finished the manga a while ago, and I've just watched the anime out of obligation at this point, and not really paying too hard of attention to it. Tokyo Avengers, it's just not, it's not something I'm big into. I don't know, it was like fine at like the start of season 1. I just feel like it never progressed in a way that was satisfying. Well, it was hyped up because people liked the first half, because it tricked people into thinking it might get good eventually, but, or like better. But then season 1 kind of was the peak, I'd say. There's just a lot of suspension of disbelief that is very difficult for me to have when I'm consuming this show. Like, in season 1, you have people getting beaten over the head with fucking, metal pipes, like, 20 times, and they just come out of it unscathed, and it's like, okay, dude, like, come on. It's too much. It's a battle shonen that wishes it had, like, a superhero premise or something to go along with its, like, gang stuff. It's just, it's just not, this season, yeah, I don't know. Next season, I want to say, is the last arc. I can't remember for sure. Worst case, they give it like 2 cores, and it will be the last season. But that'll definitely be like the worst part of Tokyo Revengers. Yeah, they might as well have super, like, people are getting hit in the head and they should be dead. Like, genuinely getting hit in the head with a metal pipe as many times as Mikey did. He's done, dude. He's not even like, he's like 14. Like, come on. Anyway. Spy Family Season 2. I'd probably put in a B right now. Right now, we're kind of just like in... I think we're actually supposed to get like an arc this season, but I'd probably put it above like... We'll move these here. We're supposed to get like an actual arc this season, I'm pretty sure. Which is something I've been dying for. Because, like, I don't mind the fluff, but Spy Family's fluff has not been too interesting to me. They're, like, fine to watch, but I enjoyed Season 1 a lot more, where the fluff felt more in line with everything that was happening, but now it's like, alright, we're getting some fluff, and then maybe we'll get a story thing every now and then. It's just difficult. I feel like there's too much of, too much fluff between the story stuff, which is fine. Generally, to just do, I think fluff, Spy Family needs fluff, but it doesn't need it as much as it has it right now. And even then, like, the fluff in like the first half of season 1 was pretty good. Yeah, the OP is great, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it's struggling to find like the balance that season 1 did, and it's been having that issue since the second core of season 1. Production quality's never, like, taken a step down by any means, but I'm definitely less invested in... I'm getting less and less invested over time with what's happening. Unironically, 100 Girlfriends is an A-tier show. This shit slaps. So, I'm aiming for tomorrow to have an upload of 100 Girlfriends. I was thinking this was gonna be, like, a C to B, like, low B show. This shit is so good. I love this show so much so far. But yeah, I mean, I have a script completed. Should be like probably like 10.5, 11-minute video based on the word count. Who knows where that'll go, but it's so good. Like, it's just such a, like, wide range of shit happening, but it's all, like, anything it, like, tries to do, it does well, which is, like, very surprising. Like, it does the comedy well, obviously, through, like, the first couple episodes, and, yeah, I would imagine they're doing the manga, like, a lot of justice right now. But then, like, you know, anytime it gets serious, it does that well, too, which, like, I didn't expect it to ever get serious. Episode 3 was so fucking good, dude. Like, I had a script almost written for it, and then I watched episode 3, and I had to, like, rewrite parts of it. Like, I completely changed focus. It was really quite something. Like, I mean, props to a girlfriend, or 100 girlfriends, not girlfriend. A lot of girlfriend going on here. I mean, it's been really enjoyable. Like, I would not have expected it to be as enjoyable as it is. Next up, we have the bane of my existence. Let's see. This just gets its own fucking tier. Fuck this show. So I hate this show so much. Just the absolute just pain. This show sucks ass. I haven't even actually started it yet, but I already know I'm gonna hate it, so I don't care. Yeah, very big difference. I go from like high praise for 100 Girlfriends into just absolutely shitting on this show. Yeah, this shit's ass. And it's never gonna be anything but ass. I haven't had to watch a... Yeah, it's just so... It's so bad. Like, everything about it is bad. Like, there's literally nothing going for it in any capacity. The music is not good, which is the thing that you need the most in an anime that's, like, generally based on music. It's not entertaining, and it's supposed to be like a VTuber-esque anime. It has none of the charm of, like, VTuber, you know. It's just really bad. And there's nothing it can do about that at this point. I can't believe it had a second part waiting for me. That was actually, like, the most devastating news I've ever seen in anime. Where 2 seasons ago, it ends, and it gets the next day. It's like, part 2 in a couple seasons. I'm like, oh my god. 100 Girlfriends is just the harem we needed in general. I'm a student watching it. Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's so fucking ass. I hate the show so much. It's just, I don't know who thought. I can't believe what studio put their name on this, honestly. I can't imagine they did, like, most of any of it. I don't know what they did in it, but nothing feels like what studio worked on it. So I guess it was mostly the other studio that did the heavy lifting. Next up, we have Protocol Rain. It's the esports anime. I would say it's a C right now. Definitely better than, what's it called? 16-bit Sensation. It's getting Shun Girl Frontier, all the haters trying to find some good qualities for a trash game, in this case the anime. Like Rain Protocol, the story isn't amazing or anything like that. Yeah, I actually really agree with that statement. Like, I really like the aesthetic of it. Some people might, like, bitch about the game graphics, which, like, I don't think matters that much. Like, they could be playing competitive Pong for all I care, as long as the characters and the story, like, come together. Right now, it's like a very foundational stage. Like, this is where things get started. And so it'll be interesting to see where it goes from here. I think it's taking a very, like, loose approach to, like, how esports actually work. And that hurts it a little bit for me. But I enjoy... The opening's really good. Probably has a lot better of an opening than it deserves, to be honest. Visually, at least. The song's cool, too. But I think this has potential, like, this is like a B tier ceiling and, like, a D tier floor. Like, it's not, I don't think it's anything that could be amazing, but it could definitely be ass. So, it's like it's got a steep hill ahead of it. Of course, we're getting into, like, the main meat of the story right now. Or, like, we're starting it. So, now that the foundation has been set, this is where the show needs to, like, prove itself. To be, you know, something worth watching. Which, you know, might be difficult. I mean, Shangri-La Frontier is, like, about the game, and Protocol is a lot more about, like, the, it's more about the characters and stuff. I like the main character, and I think he has, like, an interesting, so, because, like, when he was, like, not playing games, I thought it was gonna be, like, some, like, really cringe, like, oh, I was, playing a game or some shit, and then, like, you know, father died, and then now I can't play games, but it is less that he didn't want to, and more like, oh, or it was less he can't play games, and more like he didn't have time for it. Like, he needs to help support the family, like what happened to his sister and his father. It's a very interesting, like, dynamic. And maybe there is, like, a little bit of a guilt aspect, because he, like, kind of ignored his sister a lot when she had working legs. But now he feels guilty about that, I guess. Yeah, like, there are a lot of things I wanted to watch this season, other than, like, what's on this tier list. This is already a lot, like, don't get me wrong. But I would have liked to have watched Shangri-La Frontier, and maybe checked out a couple other shows. But it's just too much. It's way too much. And of course, I want to watch things, older things as well. There's a lot I want to do. But, you know, between work, life, hobbies, you know, all these things, I mean, I guess this is my main hobby. How do you find the time to watch all this? The important thing, Ragna Crimson is in the C tier. The important thing with, watching all of these shows is to, like, try and stay up to date as much as possible. If Difficult thing is with all these shows is Friday and Saturday is pretty like hefty, which is generally fine, because I'll usually have work off one of those days. It's either gonna be Friday or Saturday that I have off. Most weeks I feel like, and so I can eat one of those days. Basically, it's all about just keeping up to date. Like, you have your episodes come out, watch them, don't get behind, and you can generally stay up. And a lot. I mean, I'm sacrificing a lot of personal time as well with these. Like, it's all in the name of the hobby of like doing the anime YouTube shit. Like I watch a lot of shows so that I can have like one. I just like the medium in general. I love anime, and I like experiencing new pieces of fiction, and I love stories, and so I don't mind it as much. But right now, I can view every show I watch can be both entertainment and it can be potential content. Like 100 Girlfriends, maybe I would have just watched it normally at some point, but I can make content out of it because I really enjoyed it. Frieren, made content out of that. I also really enjoyed it. And so, I don't know if any of these other ones have, like, content potential right now. Maybe, like, Apothecary Diaries at some point, but ranked to low B for Ragna Crimson. The manga is kind of similar to solo leveling, but slowly becoming its own thing. We'll see how it goes from here. It's got 2 cores. It's got 2 cores to change my mind. And so, C tier is just kind of like the starting place. We're only, 3 episodes in? 3, 4? I think 3. Pluto looks really good. Yeah, I've seen, like, the trailer. It's supposed to be pretty good. But, dropping 8 one-hour episodes all at once is a very Netflix thing to do, and a very not my time, kind thing to do. I'm not watching One Piece. I will not be watching. I will read One Piece when it finishes. Will you be watching Scott Pilgrim? No, I'm not. Actually, I haven't watched Scott Pilgrim, like, the actual Scott Pilgrim, so I'm definitely not watching the anime version. I don't know, dude. Like, do you really? I don't know. It doesn't really need an anime, does it? Like, this is like Rick and Morty anime levels of like, do we really need this? Yeah, I could like watch an hour episode a week, but it's also like that just cuts into like the time of watching all these other things. Like, this is a lot. Like, I'm behind on and it's not like all these are the only things I'm watching. Like, if I just look at my anime list right now. So right now, I'm watching all this. I'm 13 episodes behind on the new Pokemon anime, which has honestly been pretty good. I might make a video on that. Just Pokemon without Ash has been a lot different. And I think it's probably changed dramatically in the last however many episodes. Yeah, on weekends it's definitely rough. Like, it's just it's a lot. 8 episodes behind on JJK. Yeah, I'm just watch like the first 5 and you haven't watched it since. Yeah. Let's see, and then what else am I behind on? I'm in the middle of every now and then I watch an episode of Hibike Euphonium. I'm on season 2 right now. There's also something else on my pause list that I'm watching in Earline April. I've been watching recently. Because I've had it on pause forever. I was like 6 episodes in. I'm like, okay, we'll watch an episode every now and then and like try and get things done. Yeah, Hidden Inventory is very good. And then Chibi has been great, obviously. We're definitely like peak JJK territory. You're an Island April guess. Yeah. I gotta finish it first before I have my like full opinion on it. Yeah, I really enjoy Hibike. Common Kyo and EW. Yeah, Seven Deadly Sins sequel. Yeah, I mean that anime just like keeps coming out, but like, like who's watching it at this point? Like, I never see anyone talk about it other than like one person that I know. You read shoot, yeah, I get that. Like, it's kind of like my thing with Dr. Stone right now. Is I've already read Dr. Stone, and so I'm not like in a giant hurry to get season 2 started. Yeah, sometimes it takes you a while to watch. Like, I've had Your Line April paused for a very long time. A couple of years, probably. All the new anime. Yes, that's like one of my big things. I watch a lot of like if I cut down my seasonals considerably, I'd be able to watch a lot more like older things. Like I like got through Love Live Sunshine season 1 pretty quickly, but I'm like just stuck on episode 1 eternally for season 2. Because I want to go through all of those and I'll probably make a video on it. Like all these Love Lives, because I feel like idol anime is like such an interesting like cultural difference, because in Japan they're really fucking big, but over here not as much. Early anime awards predictions? You mean like for like the year, like the Crunchyroll anime awards? Average anime, a lot of things I'm planning to watch. Stay and plan to watch. Yeah, I've been on Telepath Darkness episode 7 for 5 years. I really gotta get that done. Crunchyroll Anime Awards is like an awkward thing. So they don't allow fall anime. So we can't have like Frieren in there, right? I would love, like, it's such a difficult thing to, I feel like slice of life anime is a lot more. I mean, yeah, there's that, but like idols and like, you don't understand how big idols are until you see the Blu-ray sales for Love Live. It's insane. They got dedicated motherfuckers over there. Like, if there's a Love Live, it's gonna be #1 in sales. Like, every single time. It's insane. Yeah, Crunchyroll Anime Awards are pretty ass. So, last fall to summer, it's like... Okay. Let's see. Let me take a look at my... Let me take a look at my list here. So... Here's the thing, right? Will the judges remember things from last fall? Is gonna be, like, the most difficult thing. So, like, Bocchi the Rock and Chainsaw Man existed last fall. Will they be remembered? It's like... Bocchi the Rock and Chainsaw Man are obviously very big. And Mob Psycho Season 3. There's a whole lot of shit from fall of last year that is, like, that can be contenders here. Like, Bocchi the Rock, I would say, probably had the best animation of, like, I say it was a contender for the whole year, to be honest. You're the only one hyped for the end of Attack. So, yeah, I read the manga of Attack on Titan, and I have certainly have my opinions on it, so I'm not exactly too hyped. It's a lot of... It's very, like, split ending, so I hope you can enjoy it, is what I'll say. But me, personally, I did not like the ending. Yeah, Fall 2022 was insane, and the fact that we couldn't have it in the Crunchyroll Anime Awards is fucking bullshit. I hate that they do that. Like, they want to combat recency bias, I guess, but, like, it's just... Recency bias is always going to exist. Even if you remove, like, the fall season, like, that just puts the recency bias over to, like, the summer. It's just not something that's going to be easy to do. You can't really get rid of it. Say your opinion as a video. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Like, that is after 100 Girlfriends. That is the next video. Is I'm gonna be talking about my opinion on Attack on Titan's ending and why I think it is what it is. I mean, Season 3 was the peak. Season 3 Part 2 is so good. Like, definitely some of, like, the best anime experience in general. I guess in terms of... So I'm going to ignore what's called for right now. I'll ignore Fall 2022 to give my predictions on, like, Crunchyroll Awards. If Demon Slayer wins Best Fantasy again, I sort of got... Surely not. Let's just look through here. So Vinland Saga Season 2, and the first half of Attack on Titan's final part aired in winter, so those will be big contenders. It doesn't really look like anything else from fall would probably be a contender. There are a lot of things in fall that... Or not fall, winter. Winter 2023. There are a lot of things that I liked. Like, Danmachi Season 4 Part 2 was really gas. And of course, I have my opinions on Onimai. I think it's good, so I think it could honestly like deserve like a best animation. Honestly, I don't think anyone's gonna actually like or nominate it for that, but there's not a shot Tokyo Revengers winning a single award, to be honest. I don't feel like it's popular. I just maybe just no one talks about it anymore and like still watches it, but I don't know. AOT won't count stuff. Nah, they'll count it, cause they'll just count it as like the part specifically. Or at least that's what they should do. Like they count things by cores sometimes through the awards, so that's what I imagine they'll do. Of course, there's Demon Slayer, Oshinoko, of course, obviously big one. That'll definitely appear as like probably Anime of the Year contender. I would assume anyway. Hell's Paradise was fine. I don't think it's going to be winning any awards, though. Heavenly Delusion's a big one. Spring was pretty stacked, honestly. Yeah, Oshinoko, I would say Anime of the Year contender. Maybe Heavenly Delusion. We'll see what goes on there. Summer's a pretty big one as well. I wonder what's going to happen with Zom 100, because like it hasn't finished at all yet. It can be allowed because it aired in summer, but I'm wondering if not finishing is going to hurt it, and a lot probably. But thought you're alone enjoyed Onimai? No, brother. I got a whole video on why Onimai is good. You're not alone. Yeah, Heavenly Delusion, it's definitely like, a lot of people are going to look at Heavenly Delusion and they're not going to consider it fantasy, but like, it's an urban fantasy, so I mean, it definitely could be put as that. It's like how Demon Slayer is like set in Japan, but it has demons and therefore it's technically a fantasy. I liked Hell's Paradise. The production quality could have been better though, like a lot better. Yeah, there's a lot of good shit. Jujutsu Kaisen, they gonna count that as a fantasy? That might win that, I don't know. Of course, there's Mushoku Season 2, which the fans will be out in droves for if they actually, like, nominated that. Yeah, it's gonna be difficult to predict. Because, like, I feel bad for the stuff from last... Oh, Best Romance goes to Angel Next Door. I love the novels for Angel Next Door. I adore them. I fucking love them. Mahiru is my second favorite female character of all time. I hated the anime so much. I'm not gonna go on a rant about it here. If you enjoyed it, I'm glad for you that you could at least enjoy something that... I mean, I love the series. I just did not like the anime for it. I thought they did a very poor job adapting it, and it hurt a lot to me. Yeah, I'm paused on Nier right now. I need to finish that at some point. I think Mushoku Tensei will get at least nominated for things. I don't know if it'll win anything. Yeah, Dangers in Your Heart, it'll probably get nominated for sure, probably. I would assume anyway. I feel like, in terms of romance that have, let me look on, just look for 2023 specifically. Genre romance. We had some decent romances, like, we had Insomniacs, Dangers in Our Heart, My Happy Marriage. There's a lot of good stuff that aired romance-wise. A lot of dog shit that aired romance-wise, too. But we'll see. Let's see where things go from here. I feel like Magi Revo is going to get kind of ignored at some point in these awards, even though it probably deserves a look in some things, like Best Fantasy, maybe. Did you see MF Ghost or Overtake the Season? I have not seen either. Anything that is on this tier list, this is everything I'm watching for the season, and I don't think that's going to change. Yeah, Skip it. Oh, fuck, dude. I might watch Skip and Loafer. I might like, binge it at some point, because a lot of people just really like it that I know, and then it gets a lot of praise in general. So I'm definitely interested in checking it out. It seems like the type of aesthetic that I'd like in an anime, so definitely possible that I check it out. Yeah, my plate's it's full. It's very full. More full than I expected to, because I added a couple shows. When I said I wasn't going to. When I first made like my plan in. It's a lot. Especially when things carry over. Yeah, I don't know. I got a lot of stuff I need to work on, finishing. And eventually, the Blu-ray for, like, Icon Triangle is gonna come out, and I gotta watch it then. I waited for the Blu-ray to drop. Anime of the Year contender, Oshinoko, Bleach, Vinland Saga, Mob, and Bocchi. Yeah, Bocchi and Vinland Saga definitely there, and Oshinoko would be 3 that I definitely consider. I removed some shows, but you're not the same. Yeah, it was like a few seasons ago, I think I removed some stuff. It just depends on what I might be interested in. What the fuck was I gonna do? Alright, let me look at my 2023 stuff, see if there's any Anime of the Year contenders I'm not thinking of. So, as for Anime of the Year, Oshinoko, Vinland Saga, Bocchi the Rock. And then after that, I don't know. Maybe Heavenly Delusion. Don't go to 44 watching? Yeah, fuck that. There's no chance in hell I'd be able to keep up with 44 shows. I can barely keep up with what I'm watching now. It's like I really should, like, I have the time to be caught up with everything. I'm stupid, so I get behind on things. Honestly, I'd say Don Machi's second part is the Anime of the Year contender for me. But, well, okay. I say contender. I would nominate it. I wouldn't say it ever had a chance of winning, though. Yeah, for me right now, I think Anime of the Year might be Oshinoko. It's, Vinland Saga is like the other main contender. Bleach gotta be there. I haven't watched any of Bleach, so I can't really, I can't give any opinions on that. I know people watching Bleach are really into it, though. There's a lot of great anime this year, though. I'll probably have, I might have like a video of like the top 15 anime of the year for me, potentially, once we're done with the year. But I don't know for sure. Like, completely ignoring like we'll probably do a stream for Crunchyroll Anime Awards voting. Granted, that's gonna be like, what, March they have that? Or no, the voting's usually earlier, and then I think like the awards are in March or something like that. I was gonna go first episode, maybe read the entire manga in a night. Yeah, it's good. It's really good. I was very, like, I knew it was gonna be popular. I knew it had blow up potential as a manga reader. But they did it so much justice that it just exploded into insane popularity. I do wish, I don't know, I hate that we can't just have the whole year. Like, if we could have fall in there, it'd be a lot easier to, like, think of what might be contending for these awards. I read the first chapters of the manga, Giga video. I see. Yeah, I stopped, when I first read Oshinoko, I started reading it, and then I stopped before, like, you know, the big hook, at the end of the first episode. It was like chapter 6, I think I stopped on. Not because I disliked it or anything, but I stopped because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let Kaguya finish first, and then I'll get back to reading this. And then I started reading it again. I'm like, holy shit! Like, if I had not stopped where I did, I would have definitely read the whole thing, like, right then and there. But yeah, it's something else for sure. I've got, I think it's the first 3 volumes on my shelf. I'm pretty sure 3 are out. At worst, it's 2. Oshinoko Zaka is better. I mean, I like Oshinoko more than Love is War. I love both of them. Don't get me wrong. And as long as Oshinoko sticks the landing, then yeah. I mean, the only other manga right now that is contending for like my favorite spot is Medalist. Which, like, if Oshinoko doesn't have like a great, well, it doesn't need to have a great ending. It just needs to end well. I think is the big thing. Everyone always stops Oshinoko right before peak. Like, the first chapter had me intrigued, obviously, and I'm like, this is good, but I'll come back to this when I have, like, more time for it. And then, you just, like, it's it's something. I haven't watched a Red Kaguya yet. It's in the plan. And you should. You should. It'll probably get a full adaptation, honestly. It's definitely worth watching the anime at the very least. Like, the production quality's great. Kaguya's kind of boring to me. Have you watched more than season 1, or have you like already caught up with it? I still need to watch the what's it called actually, like the 4-episode movie thing at some point. Yeah, the very, very last arc I wasn't like too keen on. Like, it was fine, don't get me wrong, but I hated season 1 and 8 episodes of season 2. I mean, if you don't like it by now, then you're probably never gonna get into it. Honestly, you could like try and finish season 2 maybe, but yeah, if you're not into it by now, then you're probably never gonna get into it. Akko likes to tease manga reader. Yeah, I'm reading his newest manga right now, and it's like in an awkward spot where I really like one of the. It's like a dual perspective. Well, it's like quad perspective. Like there are 2 characters that you mainly follow. I really like one of them. I really don't care for the other, and so it's difficult to. Love agency manga is a weird one. Yeah, Kaguya will probably get a full adaptation, I would assume, probably. Yeah, if you're not like big into the comedy, then that's fine. Not everything's gonna be for everyone. Do you have any favorite sports anime or manga? So I'm not really big into like sports anime and manga generally, but Medalist is so good. It's figure skating, which is like the last sport I would ever be interested in, but it's just such a good manga, dude. Like if you're looking for sports related manga, then Medalist is, I can't recommend it enough. Hopefully they don't fuck up the anime. Hopefully they don't fuck it up. They probably will. It's Studio Engi. They're definitely gonna fuck it up. What manga should you start reading? What kind of, is there any genre you're looking for? That'd be like the easiest place to start. To a nice, pretty good figure skating manga, but the pacing is getting fast. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure the numbers for that are probably pretty bad, or not even probably. Like, I saw something that the numbers are not good for it, so it might get axed, unfortunately for it. It's difficult. I think is it Shonen Jump? I think it is. Things are already having enough of a struggle staying alive in Shonen Jump, and just like a figure skating manga, probably gonna get axed. Probably fantasy. Fantasy manga I'd recommend. If you've not read The Girl from the Other Side, it's a great one. Favorite light novel? My favorite light novel is ReZero. I'm caught up with the web novel as well. It's like no contest for that. But other light novels I like, bottom tier character Tomozaki, it's so good. Like, it's absolutely fucking great. Otherwise, I like Angel Next Door. Everything I have on my shelf is generally something that I like. I have 86 on the shelf. I haven't read it yet, though. I'm really bad about reading my light novels. But it's something that I'm trying to watch at some point. What do you think about Tenmaku Cinema? Hold on. I have not even heard of this, I don't think. started in 2023. It ended already. um, yeah, I've never read this, so I could not tell you. No opinions. Hey, light novels bit 86 and Classroom of the Elite and Angel Next Door. Yeah, those are good ones. I have Classroom of the Elite on my shelf as well. I haven't read it, or at least the first year. I haven't read it yet, though. Yeah, Tomozaki's second season is coming up next year. Like, just the start of next year. Should be good arc. Or, like, good set of arcs. Not even arc. I don't know what to describe it as. Do you have any recommendations for romance manga? I mean, I read a lot of, like, romance fluff. I don't know if I would, like, actually recommend any of them. Oh, actually, no. Sign of Affection. If you haven't read Sign of Affection, I really suggest that. Tomozaki will start to get more into the romance stuff in the next season, but it won't, like, conclude that. I'm not going to spoil anything, but... Real Law Sports Manga, I highly recommend you read Slam Dunk. The first chapters are good, but it's completely different after in a great way. Yeah, we'll see at some point. I don't read a whole lot of manga. I need to, like, if I ever get into a place where I'm, like, completely, I feel like the next sports series that I might undertake would be Haikyuu, just because I've got a friend who really wants me to go into it, so. Remember Stone-Chan? I didn't watch that one. I'm not, like, big into, like, tomboy stuff, so I didn't end up watching it, but I know a lot of people like that. Yeah, I mean, I like manga. It's just, my biggest issue is, like, when I start reading, I don't tend to stop reading, usually. And then, like, even bigger issue is that when I do stop reading, I might not pick it up again for a while. Like, I read half of Blue Box, which is a sports romance, but I haven't touched it since. So, it's like, whoops, I don't watch finishing anymore. I've seen most of what I think I'd enjoy. I mean, there's a whole lot of anime out there. It's just difficult to, like, finish things, because you're not, like, when you have a set schedule for it, it just makes it easier. Only read half of Blue Box, haven't since. Yeah, I'm, like, chapter 49, I think, so we're, like, basically in the same spot. The difficult thing about Blue Box is the girl who's, like, destined to lose is the one that I like. So it's like, that's unfortunate. Not that it's bad by any means, but... Yeah, I'll read one... I don't know, dude. Maybe when it gets closer to finishing, I'll probably read One Piece, but... It's one of those things where, I don't really want to get involved with it until it's like there's just nothing left, basically. The fandom is really annoying on Twitter. Granted, I have One Piece muted on Twitter, so I don't see it as much, but... I just need to mute, like, every, like, major shonen. Like, One Piece, Naruto, Dragon Ball, Bleach, they all get... Well, Bleach is fine. Bleach just gets shit on constantly by other shonen fandoms. It's really fucking annoying. That would be, like, the only reason I would want to, set, like, mute Bleach. Fan of the girl he liked to begin with, but I feel like she's gonna reject him for no reason or something. Bleach is hating on when it's the best in the big three. I mean, I actually haven't watched any of the big three, so it's like, I can't have any opinion on any of them. One Piece is closer than any point in time to end it now. That's true, but it's also not close. Like, this guy, Oda says it'll end in 5 years, like every 5 years. So it's like, you know, the anime fandoms suck ass. It's a tale as old as time. That's like one of the only downsides to like things blowing up. In like you're happy for the series to blow up in popularity, but it also hurts when the fandom grows to a point where it's like, okay, you have a lot of people in there, they're just annoying as shit. Yeah, I watched Dragon Ball as my first, but I was able to grow out of it. And go on to other things. Good anime fandom is a fandom that hates itself. Yep, that's why I'm a ReZero fan. We hate our own series. I mean, I love ReZero. This current arc is like kind of... I feel like I need to reread arc 5, 6, 7, and then get back to 8. But it's such an undertaking that it's like really difficult to do that. Yeah, JJK fans are like, they're pretty annoying. It's I mean, it's just shonen fandoms in general are all fucking annoying as shit. That's just the life of a shonen. Is Konosuba got confirmed for a season yet, or I can look real quick. I don't think it. I think it's just 2024. Oh fuck! Plug in my headset. I think it's just 2024 at some point, but maybe it has this. Yeah, no, it's just 2024. We don't know for sure. I could see either spring or like if it was winter, it would have gotten confirmed by now. I could see spring or summer though. Okay. Loving the vibes here. Yeah, streams are chill. I like doing streams like this. Just finish what we're doing, then talk. ReZero is good, but have a lot of people shit on it. Yeah, ReZero is like, I don't know, if you're not into like the way that it does character work, then like Super is very difficult to like at the start. And so if you can't get over that, then you're never gonna like it. My first Naruto before Shippuden. Yeah. I'll come from one another person. Yeah, like it's feels like a podcast. Yeah, I mean, I got a podcast with a shit ton of episodes, so I guess maybe that's why it feels like a podcast. I'm like, when I put the mic in front of my face, it just like goes, and especially without a script, it just goes into podcast mode. Yeah, like I get wanting people to like experience your like a series that you like. That's why I shill Medalist as much as I do, because I mean, it's just so good. But yeah, then like when your fandom explodes, it gets really awkward, because then the more people you have, the more chance of like really annoying motherfuckers are gonna be part of it. Because people suck. You ever have it as like favorite top 10? I mean, it depends on how, like, I think one of the reasons I love it as much as I do, like, it's not in like my top 10 favorite anime, even though it's my favorite light novel series. Like ReZero is a better experience for me as like a written piece of work. It's still like great as an anime, don't get me wrong, and there's a lot of soul that goes into it, but most of what I love about ReZero comes from the text. And there's a lot of text. It's a big ass series, which is definitely like one of the biggest off-putting things for people. Like, what, we're on novel 35, I think, and that's just the main line. You know, there are the 5 EX novels, there are the spin-offs, there are all the side stories. Top 10 favorite manga. Actually, do have a top 10 favorite manga, kind of. Soshino and Medalist are my 1 and 2. After that, it gets a little more like muddy with like the order of things. But Love is War, Tonikaku Kawaii, The Girl from the Other Side, Kubo-san, Won't Leave Me Alone, or Won't Let Me Be Invisible. The World or Her, I Can't Choose. Don't. That one's a guilty pleasure. I wouldn't actually call that like a good series, but Chainsaw Man, Sign of Affection, and Attack on Titan's sitting there on my like my top 10 list, but I'm kind of just looking for something to replace it at this point, because the ending definitely muddies my opinion of it, even if it doesn't ruin the series for me. I'll definitely read Berserk at some point, and I wouldn't be surprised if that jumped into my top 10, honestly. Like, it just seems like the type of series that I'd adore. If like you read this, but you haven't, alias sometimes hides her feelings in Russian. I have not read it, actually. I see a lot of, like, mixed opinions on it. Like, a lot of people really like how it starts, and then they don't like where it goes from there. It got an anime confirmed, for Doga Kobo, so I'll probably watch that. Yeah, I'm not too big on reading manga, of light novels, because they do come out really slow. Quite anime enjoyer before getting a recommendation on YouTube about anime. Yeah, anime is, it's also something that, like, I like, kind of quietly enjoy, because I didn't really have anyone to talk to about it, because my friends weren't too big into it. You know, and then, as I got older, when I was really young, like, I would spend a lot of time with my cousin, but as we both got older, like, not anywhere near as much. And so he's, like, the main person I talked to about anime, and that kind of stopped. But here we are, the power of the internet, and I now have a platform to discuss it with other people, and, you know, I got people on Discord, and a whole podcast about it. I mean, it's a lot. Yeah. Remember when JHK fans spoiled the manga before the Shibuya incident? Yeah, I mean, people are always gonna be spoiling stuff. I don't know about new KyoAni, but Doga Kobo's definitely been, like, getting their reputation up there recently. And they've always been, like, generally, like, good at doing what they do, but what's your favorite studio? That's a tough question. I have studios that I like. Like, Cloverworks gets overworked to hell, and they had a rough patch, but I really like Cloverworks. KyoAni, obviously, is a great one. Like Cloverworks, A1 Pictures gets overworked to shit, but they make a lot of good stuff. Wit Studio is good. They haven't, like, made anything too insane that I like recently. Like, I like Vivi, but, I don't feel like they've made anything that I care for that much since then. Satellite and C2C have both made things that I really like. Silverlink makes things that I like, but Silverlink is like JC staff for me. Both those studios are, like, very hit or miss. Like, they're either gonna make something really enjoyable or really dog shit, and there's really no in between with them. Like, Silverlink, they made Bofuri, and I love Bofuri. It's in my top 10 favorite anime, but, you know, they make a lot of other shit that just kind of ass. Yeah, they did make Ragna Crimson. Undead Unluck top of A, pretty classy. Yeah, I mean, I've been enjoying Undead Unluck a lot so far. I think I can enjoy it even more, like, as it goes on. Like, a lot of people seem to like it, and so I imagine it's only gonna get better from here. I mean, yeah, KyoAni they're a great studio, obviously. Like I said earlier, I'm going through PBK Euphonium right now. And that's obviously been good. Like, they'll make anything good. Like, well, not anything good. They'll make anything look good, at the very least. Clannad Clannad After Story, I don't put it as my favorite anime, but if I had to say, if, like, someone put a gun in my head and said, what is the best anime? I would say Clannad After Story for sure. Ufotable was a great studio, don't get me wrong. I just wish I wish they made stuff that I liked more. Like, I like the Fate for the most part. Like, Fate Zero, I thought was fucking fantastic. I love the Heaven's Feel movies as well. I wasn't too big on Unlimited Blade Works. But, I mean, by ever question mark. Like, in terms of anime ever, like when I say Clannad After Story, or, Photo was good because Garden of Sinners. I haven't watched Garden of Sinners. It has, like, a shit ton of movies, I think. So that's like, yep, okay. I would say, yeah, Clannad After Story is honestly the greatest anime ever for me. 11 out of 10. It's the best. Like, no experience in anime has come close to Clannad After Story for me. Clannad 86 is my two favorite. You know, it's the best two anime. 86 is also in, like, my top 10 as well. They're both so good. Clannad After Story gets all the credit, but without Clannad After Story, it would not be as good as... I love Clannad too. Like, After Story, I think F Story obviously clears Clanad. However, like, I love Clanad in general. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, the first season's boring, you gotta go through the first season. Fuck that, dude. I love the first season. I don't think, like, once again, I don't think it's as good as the second season, but, Clanad is good. I like Clanad. I enjoy the characters for the most, like, I'm not big on Sunohara, but other than that, like, I enjoy all the characters, and their dynamics. Like, I even rewatched it one time, just to be like, would this be, is this actually, like, boring at all, or did I just, like, am I looking back at it through, like, rose-tinted glasses? But no, Clanad's just actually good. Haven't watched Clanad After Story, but you love the first season. Yeah, you gotta get on After Story then, dude. Yeah, quite like, there's absolutely no better experience for me in anime than Clanad After Story. Like, nothing's come close to replicating it. Like, Oshinoko, like, I already read the manga, and so I had, like, it like, kind of, like, brought back feelings from when I first read that and, like, amplified them. But even then, it's like, just nothing has come close to that experience. If fucking Medalist would have gotten a good studio, maybe it could have done something. Because Medalist is, like, the only thing that's ever, like, gotten me, like, close to crying from happiness. Like, it's such a good manga. Clanad has such good music too. Yeah, I love the soundtrack. The OST for Clanad is great. Yeah, I have the game as well for Clanad. I haven't, Sunflower Field seems the greatest scene. Yes, absolutely. Oh my god. I can't get past that without crying, like, genuinely. No matter how many times I watch it, it's absolutely just, it's so good. So good. But yeah, I haven't, I've done a couple routes in the visual novel, but, I did a third one, but I failed the route. And so I had to, and I didn't really understand at the time how you were supposed to play visual novels. So I didn't have, like, a bunch of save points or anything to go back. And so I'm like, I really don't feel like going through all this again. Gotta go enjoy the rest of your stream. Enjoyed it. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Have a good rest of your day as well. 160 hours in Clanad game? Yeah, like, that's another thing. Like, so I'm, like, very monkey about how I play games versus how I, like, read fiction or watch fiction. IL2 isn't ranked yet. What's, IL2E? Am I insane? I've never cried over an anime, only when I watch ReZero because of Rim. Yeah, I don't cry too often to anime, but it's, I don't know if the villain is. I have not watched that this season, so it was not on here. The only other anime right now that I'm, like, considering adding potentially to my watch list, there's, Vexations of Vampire Princess, because the ending of that slaps like a motherfucker. And then maybe Shangri-La Frontier, but those are both, like, questionable at best, like, because I'm already watching too much shit. KyoAni tier list. I don't think I've watched enough to, like, make a proper tier list out of that. Not that I haven't watched a lot. Let me see what I've seen from them. Like, it would be, I guess I've seen more than I like, I started Canon, I haven't finished that yet. I put that on pause, but there's the Clanads, K-On, Shinobio, Hyoka. I watched Tomoko Love Story, but I didn't know Tomoko Market existed, so that's really, I gotta go back and watch Tomoko Market at some point. Yeah, I'm not gonna acknowledge you because you're just being a little troll. No, you are. Just drop Helk and Pig for Frontier and the other one. I don't drop shows, actually. So I would have dropped Pig. I would not be watching Kizuna Ai anime if I drop stuff. I'm very stubborn. I don't like dropping things. If I'm gonna shit on something, I'm gonna watch the whole thing and I'm gonna do it properly. Yeah, K-On was fun. I like K-On. There might be people who tell you to watch the movie before the end of season 2, and those people are wrong. Watch season 1, season 2, and then the movie. Elk's new OP is better. I've only heard it once. I need to watch the new episode. Like, I heard it once and I skipped it because I was like kind of binging it like at really late night. So complete the series and then shit on it. Yep, that's the best way to do it. They can't get mad at you if I complete the thing and then I shit on it. You can't get mad at me. Amagi's great. I liked Amagi Brilliant Park. It's not like it's just stupid fun. Like, it's not great for me. Like, if I were to say something, I would call it like good not great type of thing. I like Horimiya. I mean, it kind of like the manga hard fell off for me after a while, but I like Horimiya. I haven't started yet, but 100 Girlfriends Above Spy Family looks crazy. It's good, it's good. Trust me. Like, if I had made this tier list, what's it called? Like, before episode 3, I probably would have put it in B with Spy Family, but then episode 3 happened. Yeah, this season in general just is good for anime. Like, there's nothing I'm watching, like, I mean, there's Piggy Isekai and Kizunai. In all honesty, I watched Tokyo Revengers at 4 times speed. Just because I've read the manga already, and I'm just so done with it. Goodbye. It's like, there's just nothing I'm watching that I hate, and so, the episode 3 incident. That's basically, that may as well be the video title. I can bring up the thumbnail that I have for it. I still need to record voice for it and then edit the video, which it may be up tomorrow. It's either going to be up tomorrow or Friday. I don't know for sure, though. Let me see. I'll add an image in here. Yeah, so this is probably the thumbnail I'll start with for it. But then, which image is this? I have like 2 options. It's either that one or this one. And I don't know which one I'm going to go with. What do you think is the best anime movie? I really like I Want to Eat Your Pancreas and Silent Voice, like probably equally. I would say probably Pancreas, but Silent Voice is also great. But yeah, that's your sneak peek at the video there. Yeah, I would never have expected in a million years to put a red circle over that cry, just so they know. Yeah. I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. Yeah, I mean, it's a great movie. Like, I adore that movie a lot. I used to have it as a 10, not anymore, but because like over time I like changed my rankings and stuff. Which anime is the coming video about? 100 Girlfriends. After the Frieren incident of uploading that shit 78 times, I needed something to like palate cleanse. And so I was gonna make a video on how stupid 100 Girlfriends is, but then episode 3 happened, and now it's a video about how 100 Girlfriends is a lot better than you think. I mean, yeah, Your Name is a great movie, don't get me wrong. It's just not, like, my favorite by any means. Hello, Bridget. Maybe at the end of the season, I'll more like run a poll in here. The best 100 Girlfriends girl. Wait, yeah, 100 Girlfriends a lot better than you think it would be. Like, I mean, there's no, I don't know, it's, I mean, if you can handle the, maybe you can't handle the comedy or something like that. I would say give it like the 3 episode try. Summer Tunnel movie is pretty good, I haven't watched that. Favorite anime is Deadly. It was very underrated. Weird. I feel anime movie. I feel like I've had that recommended to me before. Let me see. Okay, never mind. I lied. I've definitely never had this recommended to me before. I think maybe I've heard of it in some capacity, but I haven't watched it. How does Shield Hero Season 3 compare to the second season? For context, I quite enjoyed Season 1, but Season 2 felt like a total waste. I've been liking it a lot more than Season 2. We'll see how things progress, but I think it's worth a try. Like, if you really like Season 1, then I would say at least give it a shot. Under Girlfriend, Best Girl is the... Yeah, I don't know any of those names. We'll see. I haven't read the manga for anything, so... One day I'll know those names. Maybe after the first core, I'll read Under Girlfriends. I don't believe in 3 episodes try. If I start something, I start... Like, I mean, yeah, like, a lot of people... Like, I think the 3 episode rule is stupid as fuck, but that's just how people function. Like, it's, I don't know. It's just the way people do things. You aren't a real 100 Girlfriends fan if you don't know every girl's name. I know every girl's name so far. In 3 episodes. I do 3 episodes for a lot of shows. I mean, yeah, personally, I think, I don't know. 3 episodes is, like, up in the air for some things, and, like, I don't know. If I only drop it if I really don't enjoy it. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. 10 episode rule. Yeah, I would say, I don't know. As someone who's not dropped things, it's difficult to, like, go through and be like, this is the way things should be done. Because obviously my way of doing things is stupid. I understand that. And so it's like, I really should, like, just not watch sequels of things that I finish and don't enjoy, but I do anyway. I like to, I think it makes for a better understanding, like, the greatness of certain things that you watch becomes much easier when you watch dog shit too. Which is yeah, I keep watching more and more dog shit. It like, flattens the curve, of, you know, what you think is... Maybe you, like, have more appreciation for other shows after you watch something really, really bad, or maybe you watch something really, really good, and it, like, changes how you think about other things. You have my anime list? I have an any list. If you go to, like, the channel page, it'll be in the link section. Which they changed where that is, which is stupid as fuck, but it's, like, right below the banner, I believe. I should drop more things, probably. Yeah, like... If I just drop things I didn't care about, my life would be so much easier. But I don't do that because I'm stupid, so that's just how I function, though. It's not ideal, but it's how it goes. Yeah, with my any list, I say generally I try and, like, objectively, like, if let's say something's a 7, like, that doesn't mean I didn't enjoy it. Like, I have 7s and 8s in, like, my top 10. Well, I really don't, yeah, I don't drop things at all. I have things on my pause, but I'm going to finish them eventually. Like I said earlier, I'm going through Your Lie in April right now. I'm waiting for Ayakashi Triangle Blu-ray to come out so I can watch it uncensored, as God intended. And there's a bunch of other things I'm, like, either just started or, like, partway through. The only thing I haven't started on the pause list would be Inspector Season 2. But I watched Season 1, so at some point I will watch Season 2. Want to watch Witch from Mercury, we need to finish. Yeah, I thought about watching Witch from Mercury, but I ended up not doing that. Maybe one day. Akashi Triangle is actually decent. Nah. I mean, it could be, you know. I have other reasons that I'm watching it, that's why we're waiting, you know. But, we'll see. Obviously, we have to wait for, like, each individual Blu-ray release, so it's, like, kind of awkward waiting for all that, but It Invaded fan, yeah. Invaded's so good. It did not get talked about anywhere near enough. Like, I mean, it aired during, like, the start of, like, COVID and stuff. So that it was unfortunate timing, I guess. But, yeah, it was so fucking good. Maybe the art style threw people off as well a little bit. I don't know. Akashi Triangle could have been better, especially for... Yeah, like, Akashi Triangle got the big delay that happened, and so that definitely hurt it for a lot of people, probably. Yeah, It Invaded is really good. It Invaded is really, really good. I would say if you're interested in Invaded, like the first 2 episodes are a pretty good like litmus test for like if you'll actually enjoy it. Akashi Triangle got the Isekai Oji-san treatment. A lot of things did. Like there was the Nier obviously had the big delays. Misfit of Demon King Academy season 2 got the big delays. There's a lot of shit that got delayed. Yeah, like, it was a very awkward time at the very start of the year. I didn't know AniList allowed half scores. AniList allows a lot of things. Like you can have the 0.5s, you can have like like 99.9 if you really wanted to. Like you can customize it a fair amount. Yeah, I wish there's more Invaded as well. Yeah, Zom 100 is like because Zom 100 is like generally popular, but it just kept having issues, and now it's like definitely hurting it a lot. I think that definitely one of the worst things you can do is have delays with your anime like on a consistent basis. Not a lot of things can survive that level of getting delayed. Like 86 made it out with a pretty strong popularity despite what happened with it, but not a lot of shows get that kind of treatment. 86 is fucking great, and that's why it was able to do that. But things that are like more on the fence are not going to survive very easily. Yeah, 86 beat the delay allegations. Oh, they don't delay solo. We'll see what happens. That it is A1, and it's happening in winter, which is like probably winter season stuff is like prime for if delays are gonna happen. So we'll see what happens with that. Did they delay it once or maybe not? No, I don't think they ever did. I would imagine it's probably gonna be fine. I think it's like split core too. So we'll see what happens with that. But A1 gets overworked to shit by Aniplex, so it's difficult to say one way or another. Oh, they did delay it? Okay. I was gonna say, I thought I saw something about that, but... Yeah, they changed the airing time, yeah. Yeah, Classroom Delete was supposed to air, this year, but then got delayed. Classroom Delete needed a delay, though. Season 2 had awful production quality for the first half. Like, really bad. They fixed it in the Blu-ray, but, like, you know, you can't be expecting... You can't be doing that. Like, not everyone's gonna buy the Blu-ray, so that's not, like, your benchmark for if your show did well or not. Yeah, Season 2 got better, like, in the second half with the quality. And especially, like, towards the end. Like, you know, that fight scene was fucking insane with rotoscope shit. But the first half was really bad. Like, they outsourced a lot of it. And it, like, apparently it cuts a lot of deal from the novels, which it doesn't surprise me, because it was, like, 4 novels, not, it's like 4 or 5 novels of content, which is, you know, a lot to do in one season. Yeah, I watched the first episode of Nier, but I haven't continued it since. Obviously, I'll get done with it at some point, hopefully before second part comes out. AniList never works for me. What do you mean by that? Oh, login. Interesting. I've never had that problem. I actually like I just keep my login, so I never have to deal with that or anything. Yeah, I've never experienced any login issues. Any games you played for streams? I did one Ender Lily stream, but it was only like an hour. The thing with like game streams is it's very difficult to like find something to talk like with these tier list streams. Like I can talk about the anime for a while, and then once all that's settled down, you know, I just talk with chat for a bit. And by that point, everything like the ball has been rolling on that. And so with game streams, obviously, it's difficult to like stay entertaining and without like something set there. I do have a game stream idea that I'll be doing soon. I have everything set up for it. I just need to find a day to start it. That I feel like I will do fine on. We'll see what happens. They went back and redid shots for Blu-ray. Yeah, Blu-ray usually it's not like too dramatic, but with Classroom of the Elite, it was pretty dramatic, the changes that were made. But you'll see a lot of corrections and stuff with Blu-ray releases. Like, mainly it's like a lot of faces and stuff like that might get corrected. But you'll see usually generally minor changes that just make things look better. We play horror games. I'm not really too big into horror games. Not because I'm scared of them, but because I'm not scared of them. it's like the big thing. Yeah, I don't know. Horror games kind of like whatever. Do I even own any horror games? Let me see. I don't think I do. Maybe like Five Nights at Freddy's from like however many years ago that shit came out. Yeah, no, like, I don't have any horror games. Maybe games like a more horror aesthetic, but like nothing actually, just straight up horror. Never bought a Blu-ray, neither have I. It's just not something I'm too interested in. I like buying physical media for like books and stuff, but Frieren really good. Maybe I'll look into it then. I don't know. I'm not too big on the... regardless, I'm not too big on horror games, but maybe. Look at it here. Cry of Fear. Psychological single-player co-op horror game set in a deserted town, filled with creatures, plays a young man searching for answers. It does have very good reviews. That's something. Huge single-player campaign with over 8 hours of gameplay, multiple endings, and 20 different... Holy shit, okay. Modding support. Maybe try it for like a... If I did like a Halloween stream. Halloween stream would suck ass, actually, because my doorbell would be getting rung by kids wanting candy, my dog would be barking. I haven't been in a live video before. Hello, Isekai Trash Man 07. Yeah, I'm not like too big into buying the Blu-rays. They're like definitely, if you enjoy something, buy it. You can buy the Blu-ray, and it's fine. They're really expensive, is the main thing. Yeah, we'll consider it. Isekai, the horse genre. Isekai is like a very... They can be good, but there's a lot of filth in there, obviously. It's just a really popular competitive genre, so there's just a whole lot of shit in there. Enjoying Forbidden Deductions. I have one of my co-hosts on my podcast is watching it. I haven't, and he said he's been enjoying it, but I think it's been a couple weeks since we talked about it. We record Thursday though for the next episode, so maybe he might mention it then. Yeah, when you have a good isekai, they're typically like really good, but when you have a bad one, there's really like not a lot of in between with isekai. It's either like good or bad. You have some like if you had like a graph, like it'd be very like a steep hill, basically. Yeah, most of them pretty bad. Like, yeah, just imagine like a hill that's really like the graph of isekai, just bad. Then there's like not a whole lot of middle, and then a little bump for good. Like, I would say off the top of my head, like, the 4 isekai that I'm like, these are, like, the good ones would be ReZero, Mushoku Tensei. I really enjoyed Majirevo from winter of this year, and then I like Bookworm. There might be other things I'm forgetting off the top of my head, but... You heard of the Kingdom's Ruin? I've heard of it, and I've seen that it's supposed to be really edgy. I don't think I'll check it out, just because I already got enough edge for the season. And I'm watching too much shit in general, but I'm not like, if it's just like purely edge, then I'm definitely not that interested. Yeah, I like Bookworm. Definitely worth continuing. I would say all of them, like, I would never say I've enjoyed any season of Bookworm more than the other, but they're all just generally good. Yeah, I like Bookworm. What happened to Magikarp Evolution is coming back. No, Majiro is yeah, it's one. It's not like very far in with the novels, so they don't really. I mean, they probably have content for season 2, but they wouldn't have like much after that. So if it ever gets another season, it'd probably be a little bit. Vending machine was quite something. And there's not a lot I compare the vending machine one to. Like the closest thing would be the Piggy Isekai, but even like I respect the vending machine more than the Piggy Isekai. Do you enjoy slime? Tensura is like, it's like on the edge of like, I would say I like everything that I mentioned more than it. But it does good. It's a very like awkward place where I think it's good in some capacities, but like not great in others. We'll see how it continues. Yeah, like the town building stuff is fun. Like civilization creation. It's like, if anything, like Tensura is definitely enjoyable at worst. I have not watched Log Horizon. It's something I've considered before, but Restaurant one. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of goofy little isekais. I feel like a big thing with isekai recently is like very specific like job occupations being isekai'd. Like there's the restaurant, then like the pharmacy, the farming stuff, like the pseudo educational. Yeah, a lot of it comes down to vibes. Remake Our Life was underrated. Yeah, dude, I really liked Bokutachi no Remake for sure. Yeah, I probably got more isekai than I want on my list as well. Alright. Real Life over... I mean, I like both of them a lot. Real Life is done, though, so it's a lot easier to, like, say whatever about that. Honest opinion on Redo of Healer, it's dog shit. That's my honest opinion on Redo of Healer. It's at the very bottom of my list. tied with gamers for the worst anime I've ever watched. Real Life's probably better like remake. There are things I like about both of them. I think that they are both, they're similar, but they do very different things. I haven't watched School Days. Yeah, Redo Feeler's dog shit. Like, it's like the one show that, like, I would probably judge someone for enjoying, like, genuinely. It's not even, like, enjoyable trash, it's just really, like, awkward, like, power fantasy in the worst possible way. What do you think of 16-bit cessation? It's been fine. Like, it's one of those things where the main character is really annoying, but I generally enjoy it otherwise. Alright. We have any, like, last-minute questions? I do gotta get going, here in a minute. And so, speaker, forever hold your peace. Rent a girlfriend's ass. I'm ahead of where the anime is in the manga, and it's ass. That's all I'll say. Yeah, I do know the School Days ended, so that's a thing. And probably be why I wouldn't watch it, if anything. Because, I mean, I know it's like an iconic thing, but... Yeah, no, it's super cringy. Opinion on Food Wars? I haven't watched Food Wars. Maybe one day, but it's 5 seasons, so that's a commitment. A very big commitment. Oh yeah, I'll probably end stream here. I do appreciate everyone for coming out. I had a good time. I always like doing these streams. Next one will be in the middle of this season. I don't know when exactly I'll determine the middle of the season to be. Probably like end of November. Well, I mean, just for a tier list. I'll do more streams in between. I'm not too big on No Game No Life either. I like the movie though. I'll consider Cry of Fear, but no guarantees. I've watched any anime movies since the last stream. I have not. I'm bad about movies. Also count the Frieren premiere. Otherwise, I've not watched any, no. I'm gonna watch the Madoka movie soon, though. But yeah. Enjoy the stream as usual. Appreciate everyone coming out. Next stream, you'll probably be soonish. Just so I can see how maybe a game stream plays out. But don't know for sure when that'll be. Because gotta work on the video, and then yeah, well, this will be the end of here. Because then I'm thinking I might reread the entirety of Attack on Titan before it ends, so I can like properly make a video on it. But we'll see. We got a lot going on. Okay, I'm waiting. You got. I'll give you. You got one message. Make it worth. Before I had to get and aren't. I don't know. Every stream VTuber debut question. Never. The answer is never. It'll always be never. But yeah, I will see you all. Thank you for coming by. Maybe next week. Don't know. No guarantees. No guarantees whatsoever. Within the next couple weeks, though, I'd say at worst. But yeah, keep an eye out for video either tomorrow or Friday.